Hello, what a journey it has been. We have recorded over 13 episodes of the Struggles to Success podcast with Dr. Emmanuel. I've had the honor of having wonderful conversations with amazing, inspiring, and life-changing guests who have shared their experience and wisdom of turning struggles into success on this podcast. And today I want to do something a bit different, something which you have been asking for, but something I've also been thinking about. So today we're going to look back at the episodes of 2023, and I'm going to share with you the best bits of the episodes in 2023. We're going to go through a recap of those episodes and give you the opportunity to go back and learn some of the tips and the really high impact advice which our experts have provided on this podcast. So without much ado, this is the Struggles to Success podcast with Dr. Emmanuel. Now, the first episode with Dr. Mbouck Lantum. Dr. Mbouck is founder and CEO of Checkups Medical in Kenya. Now, he tells his fascinating story, breathtaking story of creating Health Checkups Medical, but how he ended up in prison in South Sudan. You have to listen to the podcast to get the story. However, he got through it, and he was wrongly imprisoned in South Sudan, but got through it and used that struggle to make his social enterprise, transforming the healthcare in Kenya and providing healthcare for deprived populations in Kenya. And he used that struggle to make things better. So listen to his podcast and his words of wisdom.
I would be very clear about the one do and the one do not. The one do is when you're struggling, talk to people. The one do not is do not sit quiet. And we are all afraid of being judged. And that's where the struggle kills us and crushes us. Because the average person is so worried of failure that you worry, what are people going to think about me? And in some cases, you think about, what is my wife going to think about me? And what are my children going to think about me? And when you get in that space, that's where you do really crazy things to cover up the shame or the perception of failure. And so once as you say to yourself, I really don't worry about failing, I really don't worry about failing anymore. It's just not part of my thinking. If it fails, it's failed. Would I die? I don't think so. Would I be broke? Yes. Could I go into bankruptcy? Absolutely. But it is nobody's business. That is just okay. I'm not the first, I'm not the last, and that is okay. And the best way to do that is just to talk to somebody. So in either case, in the South Sudan case, the first person I spoke to was the Minister of Finance. I called him and said, this is the situation I'm going through. What can you do? I called the daughter of the president. This is what I'm going through. What do you say? If I had hidden, try to hide away from the shame of being locked up in jail, they would not have come to my rescue. And they helped me recover. Talk to people, but talk to the right person. You don't just talk to anybody, obviously, but really find the 3 or 5 people that you can talk to in case of adversity. And that is part of the leadership mandate. Once as you get to a certain level, who are the 3 people that you can call who would receive your call in case you're in a situation that I was in? Do not bury it. Do not hide it from your family. I talk about my challenge with the kids, and they're like, Daddy, what happened? I said, well, it would happen to you one way or the other. It is just a matter of when and how. We don't know. So the most important thing is keep your books clean, be straight, and have your circle of friends that you can talk to.
The second episode with Dr. Mathilde Mbouck, who is a family physician, cardiologist, and also social entrepreneur. And she's founder of Mahola Health Foundation, which just does charitable work, taking healthcare to rural parts of Cameroon. And she also tells her fascinating journey. Dr. Mathilde struggled during her first year in medical school. Actually, she was asked not to continue, and you have to listen to her story to hear what happened. But since then, she has used that struggle and other struggles to find her passion and her purpose. And she also shares her words of wisdom, things you should do and things you should not do when faced with a struggle. Listen to it.
I remember when I went to a talk, there was an Apple was doing a conference about their product. And one of their senior guy attended, was leading that conference. And it comes to the two. They said, the life is with a different circle. The why, the how, the what. And for them to be the leaders in terms of computers, and, I'm not doing the advert here, but they are amongst the best. And they attract lots of youngsters in terms of their employees and stuff like that. And they said they will not say that they have the best computer, but they said why they set up the company. So the vision. And it's the vision that can bring people to your project. So when I go, because I rely heavily on volunteers to do what we do on the ground. And the volunteers, because we are still a small charity with a lot of ambition, will have to fund for the travel. I believe in the transfer of competence. I believe in sharing cultures. I believe in people from different cultures coming together for the same goal. And that's what makes the humanity stronger and stronger. So why do people come to Cameroon with Mahola and have to pay for their tickets, have to pay for part of their accommodation and have the food paid for by us? Why? It's because I try to share with them a vision of trying to better the lives of the other human beings that are probably less privileged. It doesn't mean we feel like we are better than others, but we just want to contribute to the advancement of medicine in our country, to impact people's lives, because now we're not only treating people, we're not only refurbishing the medicals, the local healthcare centers, but we also working into helping schools to better educate the children and giving some training to women for them to become financially sound. The don't, so the why is important in terms
Focus
of...
on the why. Focus on the why. Keep remembering. Keep that in your mind.
You will use the what, you will use the how, but the why is important. Don't is obviously relying only on yourself.
So collaboration again.
Collaboration is very important. It is important in terms of building teams, because you have to have a nurturing environment for the team to grow. You will feel betrayed. I still have some people, even at the time, as we speak, I'm facing, I would say, a little crisis of one or two people who felt they didn't share my vision or the vision of the charity, and they wanted to try to make everything to be on hold because of that. So you still will have that, but you want to nurture an environment that help people to want to come and help others. And then the don't is to think like people are your competitors. So for example, George has a charity. I met another guy with Dr. Weladi with another charity. We're not competitors. We are in a good rivalry. What's the rivalry? The rivalry is what George will do. I will not see it as something that is against me, but I will see it as something that helped me to better understand my weakness in order for me to be better at setting that charity and making the charity to grow and grow. So the collaboration is a good thing. So the don't is to look at the collaboration as a competitive way, but as a way to help all of us to grow we share the same objectives of contributing to do better things in Cameroon as medical doctors, have healthcare professionals, as just citizens, but we're not against each other. So the don't is please do not look at others as your competitors.
Our third special guest was Pa Ngu Mocho. Now, Pa Ngu Mocho is a social entrepreneur. He's founder of Yako Medical Africa Limited, and he lost his father, major struggle in life, and that led him to do so much after that struggle. And he now has dedicated his profession and his life to developing ecosystems, health ecosystems in Africa that lead to lives being saved. And he shares also his fascinating journey, which I urge you to listen to his podcast and learn. These are the tips from Pa Ngu Mocho.
Don't take it personal. It's not your fault. And you're not that special that it happened just to you. Don't take it personal. It's not about you. It never was. First thing. And if anything else, don't take it personal. So be unemotional. Just, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
What it is. Right? As one of my mentors used to say, don't anticipate and don't speculate. Just, it is. Now, what you have to do is, you have to get on with it. You have to get on with it. Paralysis kills. Right? If you analysis paralysis kills. If you just sit there and wallow in it, if you need to take a second to feel, to have a pity party for a second, if you need to cry, I do a lot of crying when things are tough. But I give myself permission. After that, it's okay, now let's get back to work. So first, don't take it personal. It's not about you. It never is. It's externality, and it's also a gift. Recognize it for what it is. It is a gift. You're now supposed to do something about it. Right? You've been presented with a growth opportunity. So do something because you have to grow. Because that's your prayer. When a struggle shows up, it's God saying, okay, you were asking for this. Here. Open it up. Turn it into something beautiful. That's why you're alive. Turn it into something beautiful. Touch somebody's life with it.
The fourth episodes of the Struggle to Success postcard for 2023 was from Mr. Rene Awambeng. Mr. Awambeng is a corporate and investment banker, high-profile corporate and investment banker, and he used to work for the Afrixim Bank. He was in charge of global client relations, and he is also an award-winning banker. He won a very prestigious award given by Prince Charles III last year. And he also shares his journey of coming from nothing in Cameroon and having to actually work quite early on while he was in school, to support his family and help bring up his siblings. But he's now a high-profile banker, and he really inspires us, really telling us that impossible is possible, and inspiring young people to become high achievers. And his words of wisdom are also priceless. Listen to his words of wisdom.
First of all, I see myself as a role model for a lot of young men and women. And one message I said to them, first of all, is you have to first believe in yourself. Everything is possible with you. You have to work hard. There's no free lunch. You have to be resilient to change. You have to adapt to your environment. You have to learn your environment. You have to learn from your mistakes and from your experiences. And the sky is the limit. One thing you shouldn't do not give up. Don't think that it is rosy everywhere just because you saw it. It is not rosy. Every successful person has gone through several challenges. And your challenges are just a window of opportunity, are just a stepping stone to the next bright valley. So do not discourage yourself. It's not the end of the world. God has given you the talent of good health, of life. And using that, you can make a meaningful difference to yourself, to your community, to your country. So this is a clarion call for young men and women to work hard, to believe in themselves, first of all, to work hard. Only through that hard work can you gain success. There are no free lunch. I haven't got a godfather. I haven't got a parent. I've never had one. I've never gone through a process and I've been favored. I come from a diverse background, Black heritage, from Cameroon, from Bamenda. How on earth would I have known 33 years ago when I first went to the UK that in 2023 I would be at Buckingham Palace? No, doesn't come. It's not a gift. Nobody owes us anything. You have to earn everything. You have to work hard to earn it. And it's possible, guys. It's very possible. We have to also work together as teams collectively. I see a lot of silos, but we are endowed with a lot of richness, a lot of wealth, a lot of knowledge, but we don't align, don't work together as a team. Thank you.
The fifth guest was Professor Conrad Reinhardt, and he is founder and former president of the Global Sepsis Alliance. He also tells his fascinating story. He struggled to even get into medical school, but he has managed through multiple struggles to take a condition called sepsis, which was completely neglected in the world, to global recognition. And now the World Health Organization has even passed a World Health Assembly resolution that has led to change around the world in developed and developing countries, with lives being saved from prevention, early recognition, and management of sepsis. So he also shares 30 years of wisdom of using struggles to become more successful. Watch his episode and listen to his words of wisdom.
Not to do is to resign and to give up. And the other is really, and this has been stressed also by people like Churchill and others, don't miss a good crisis. So there are so many people, be it actors, be it musicians, who faced all for various reasons this. So it strengthens you. And this is what I wanted to say. So this is a self-fulfilling prophecy in some way.
Don't miss a good crisis and use it in your favor.
Yeah.
Use it positively. And that's what you've done through a career of taking a condition that is completely neglected And now there's a lot of work being done. Now, I hope you agree that it's been really fascinating and life-changing, all the lessons that we've learned from our special guests, words of wisdom that are truly life-changing. Now, without action, nothing changes. So we're asking you to listen to all these episodes, take all these gems, all these words of wisdom, and apply them to your daily life. And with that, your life is going to change. And so if you like what we're doing, please keep watching the episodes, share, subscribe, comment, and like. And we're going to do a similar summary of the first half of 2024 in one of the next episodes. So look out for it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting the podcast. And bye-bye.